Hi everyone. So I'm going to be reviewing baby wipes today. When we first had Guinevere and Anastasia, we went through a lot of trial and error on baby wipes and which ones were good for their bums and which ones irritated them. I have definitely a preference between all of these baby wipes. I also use baby wipes for wiping my dog, Beano, wiping his paws, especially in the wintertime. If we go out for a walk and people throw rock salt down, some of that can be dangerous for your animals, so it's good to wipe off their paws after walking through that. Also, if it's muddy outside, if it's been raining or snowing and the snow was melted, to wipe off his muddy paws. Also, we have a bulldog, so he's got a lot of folds and wrinkles that we have to wipe clean. So for Beano, our dog, I used to use the Natural Care Huggies. All of these are unscented or made for sensitive skin, so they all have that in common, but I used to use the Huggies on Beano, so that's naturally what I went for when the girls were born. So none of these are open. I'm going to open them up one at a time. We'll do the Huggies first. The one thing that I will say that frustrated me the most was trying to get these open when you ran out. The Huggies don't have a pull, so you actually have to get your fingernail in there and tear it open. Sometimes it will tear past this O-ring, and if that happens, your wipes dry out really fast. So it doesn't tear, as you can see. It's not tearing evenly. It's not tearing on the dotted line like it should. So if you don't have scissors, you're kind of SOL. And who keeps scissors on a changing table or near a changing table with a small infant? Not safe. So once they're open, now I am going to end up stuffing some of these back in so I don't waste them. But once they're open, I'm just going to pull it out nicely. Did you see that? It tore off one. I'm going to keep this one aside. So this has a little bit of, I guess, a pattern to it, but there's no actual like ridge. Like it's just a little see-through in some areas, but there's no actual like, there's a little bit of impression, I guess. There's not much though. It's just a flat wipe. So sometimes when you pull these out, more than one comes. I'm just gonna do one more. Okay, so these brand of Huggies are coming out one at a time, which is very good. I'm not sure why that cut out. So the Huggies are very see-through. I can see my hand clear through it. So they're not terribly thick. So that's the Huggies. We're gonna keep one out. I'm gonna stuff the other ones back in there for later. Make a little room. They do seal, and once they're sealed, it's a pretty good seal on these. Now the packaging is very loud. I don't know if you can hear it crinkling, but the plastic is very loud on these. So next up is a very popular brand. Sorry, I just shook the whole table. Pampers. I know a lot of people that swear by Pampers. So this is another, you press to peel it open. So if you don't have fingernails or anything like that, it's going to be difficult to open. There it goes. This one did actually, the whole entire circle part did come off. So make sure you throw that away. You don't want your baby getting it. And it has a little section where you pull the wipe out, slide it over to here, so hopefully it comes out one at a time. Now, even though they're sensitive and they're fragrance free, the Huggies do have a light scent to them. So you're supposed to pull it over and only one will come out. This is the reason why I do not like the Pampers. they come out more than one at a time. They're also very wet. They do have a light scent to them. And they feel soapy on my hand. So my girls actually broke out from these often. Bino never has, so I will probably be using them on Bino to wipe out his folds. They have almost no, there is a pattern. However, it's very smooth. It doesn't have any kind of ridge feel to it. Yeah, it's just very wet. And if you keep pulling, you get way more than once. You're always trying to stuff them back in, and it can be a little annoying when you're trying to change a baby and you're pulling out 10 wipes at once instead of just one wipe. So we'll stuff these back in and only save one out. I'm curious to see if they're the same size. They're also very loud packaging. So it looks to be exactly the same. So the Pampers are tiny, 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 very, very tiny bit smaller, but they're pretty much the same size. So this brand actually I got at Family Dollar, the dollar store. They're hypoallergenic and fragrance free. I did use these once, only because we'd run out of wipes, and we have a dollar store right up the street from us. So these are the same. You press on both sides and you squeeze. This comes out a lot easier than either the Huggies or the Pampers. The plastic isn't quite as loud, but it's still very crinkly. So yeah, make sure you throw this away. This one even says choking hazard on it. Now these come out one at a time. One at a time. A lot better than the Pampers, which come out 10 million at a time. They're very see-through, again. But there is a little ridge pattern to them. So when you're wiping poo, it comes off their bums a little bit easier. These are a little bit wetter than I like, and they do, see if I can do it, leave a very tiny bit of residue on your fingers, like a soapy residue. So you can see it right there on my thumb. So they are very soapy. I will probably clean up the girls' placemats with these, or wipe Bino's bum when he goes potty. Sometimes, because he's a bulldog, it doesn't all come off. The one thing that I did like about these, shove this guy back in, is that it is a very big wipe. So you can see you've got about an inch longer than both the Huggies or the Pampers, which is really good if you're wiping a lot of baby bums. Now these we found at Costco by accident. We got a Costco membership, and while we were there I said, oh my goodness, that's a great price for baby wipes. And I really hadn't been, you know, terribly committed to any baby wipe. I now will only use these Rico ones for my baby's bums. There is, I forgot to smell these. So there is a very light scent, but not much. The Rico actually has a sticker that pulls off. I usually end up putting the sticker there, so there's no plastic or floating around. I don't have to worry about taking, you know, this little thing and keeping track of it and make sure that it ends up in a trash can or a pocket, so that my girls don't try to eat it. So these come out one at a time. They do provide the next one, but it still closes pretty easily. There's no fragrance to them, but there's a big, big, big pattern. So those, it's kind of gross, but those really, really sticky poos that your babies sometimes get, this really, really wipes it very easily. And You can still see my hand through it, but it's a lot thicker than either of these other ones. I'm not sure how to show you how. Maybe I'll line them up in front of me so that you can see how much thicker they are. I don't even know if you can tell. They are definitely the biggest ones too. So these are the dollar store ones, and you can see these are even bigger. So you definitely want more wipe when you're wiping bums. I didn't even look at the size dimensions, but yeah, these are definitely bigger than all the rest of them. They also come in a pack that has more. So there's 80 in here. There's 56 in the dollar store, 56 in the Huggies, and 56 in the Pampers. So the Rico actually has more wipes in here. So if you're out and about all day, you want to make sure you have plenty of wipes on you. If you have a pack of 80 wipes, you're never going to run out for the day. Especially when you have 2 children, twins like me. Yeah, the Rico is really, definitely comes in a lot of wipes. And because we got them at Costco, they ended up costing us a lot less. These were $2 at the Family Dollar. The Huggies, the wipes, I believe the Huggies and the Pampers are close to $5 for a 56 pack. And the Rico ones, we paid $12.99 and we got an entire box of these. I can't remember exactly how many come in the box, and the box is not next to me, of course. I should have looked that up. But we get 1, 2, 3, I think we get 9 of these in a box. So they're significantly cheaper for the amount of wipes that you get too. So that's just my opinion on the wipes. And like I said, these will all be used, not thrown away. They will all be used later in the day. We have plenty of open packs of wipes, but like I said, they're great for dogs, wiping their feet. And especially if you have a dog that has a big foot, the Rico wipes are so big. I mean, you can wipe their foot with no problem. Their paw is definitely going to fit in that, as opposed to the much smaller wipes. You know, there's a good 2 inches difference there. So, well, thank you for joining me in my review of the baby wipes. And you know, it's always good to even have baby wipes if you're going out to eat and, you know, you want to wipe your hands off before you sit down at a table. Maybe you're somewhere where there's maybe a food truck and there's not somewhere to wash your hands. Baby wipes are the next best thing, in my opinion. Yeah, so I hope everyone has a good day. And if you're not familiar with my other channel, where my girls try different foods and sometimes play, I will put the link in the description. I will also put the link to all of the wipes and the price breakdown of each one of them in the description. So you can see for yourselves if you want to try out the Rico. Sure that you can find Rico other stores other than the Costco. It's not like it's a Kirkland brand, which is specifically Costco. So I'm pretty sure you can find them at Walmart. We get them cheaper at Costco. So I'll put all the links to all of the wipes in the description and with their prices. And you can decide for yourself which ones you like the best. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye.